The core teachings of Stoicism are centered on the idea that individuals should strive to live in accordance with reason and virtue, and to accept whatever happens as part of a natural and purposeful universe.
According to Stoicism, the key to living a good life is to focus on what we can control, such as our own thoughts and actions, and to let go of what we cannot control, such as external events or the actions of other people. Epictetus was a Greek philosopher and writer who lived in the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. He was a prominent figure in the Stoic philosophical tradition, which originated in ancient Greece and was influential in the Hellenistic world and the Roman Empire. Epictetus was born into slavery and later obtained his freedom. He became a teacher of philosophy and is known for his practical and down-to-earth approach to philosophy, which was focused on helping individuals live a good life and cultivate virtue. Epictetus is best known for his work in Kyridion, or Handbook, which contains a summary of his teachings on ethics and practical philosophy. He believed that the key to living a good life was to focus on what we can control, such as our own thoughts and actions, and to let go of what we cannot control, such as external events or the actions of other people. He also emphasized the importance of living in accordance with reason and virtue, and of cultivating wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Epictetus' teachings have had a significant influence on Western philosophy and continue to be widely studied and admired to this day. These are few popular philosophies of Epictetus.
The chief task in life is simply this: to identify in separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control.
This quote, attributed to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, is often referred to as the dichotomy of control and is a central tenet of Stoicism. It suggests that we should focus on what we can control in life and let go of what we cannot control. According to Epictetus, there are two types of things that can happen to us in life: those that are within our control and those that are outside of our control. The things that are within our control include our own thoughts, feelings, and actions, while the things that are outside of our control include external events, the actions of other people, and the natural course of the universe. By recognizing that some things are outside of our control and accepting them as they are, we can avoid unnecessary suffering and focus on what we can control, which is our own behavior and mindset. This way of thinking can help us to live a more peaceful and fulfilling life, as we are not constantly striving to change things that are beyond our power to change.
Don't explain your philosophy, embody it.
Stoic philosopher Epictetus suggests that it is not enough to simply talk about one's philosophical beliefs, but rather it is important to put those beliefs into practice in one's daily life. In other words, it is not enough to simply have a philosophy. It is important to live according to that philosophy in order for it to have any real value or impact. For the Stoics, philosophy was not just an abstract intellectual pursuit, but a way of life. They believed that the goal of philosophy was to help individuals live a good life and cultivate virtue, and that this could only be achieved by putting their philosophical principles into practice on a daily basis. In this sense, the Stoics saw philosophy as a means of self-improvement and personal transformation, rather than just a subject of academic study. This quote can be seen as a reminder to not just talk about our philosophical beliefs, but to actually try to live according to those beliefs in our daily lives. By doing so, we can make our philosophy a meaningful and integral part of our lives, rather than just a set of abstract ideas that we merely discuss or contemplate.
It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.
Epictetus reflects one of the central teachings of Stoicism, which is the idea that we have control over our own thoughts and actions, but not over external events or the actions of others. According to the Stoics, the key to living a good life is to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot control. This quote suggests that how we react to events and circumstances that happen to us is more important than the events themselves. It suggests that we have the power to choose how we respond to things that happen to us, and that our response can have a significant impact on our own well-being and happiness. For example, if something unpleasant happens to us, such as a loved one dying or losing our job, we can choose to react with despair and sadness, or we can choose to find meaning and purpose in the experience and try to move forward in a positive way. The Stoics believe that by cultivating wisdom, courage, and self-control, we can develop the mental strength and resilience to respond to adversity in a positive and constructive way.
The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests.
Epictetus suggests that adversity and challenges can be opportunities for growth and personal development. It suggests that the greater the difficulty we face, the more satisfaction and pride we can feel when we overcome it. The metaphor of skilled pilots gaining their reputation from storms and tempests suggests that those who are able to navigate difficult situations with skill and expertise are the ones who gain respect and admiration. In other words, it is often through facing and overcoming challenges that we demonstrate our strength and abilities. This quote reflects one of the central teachings of Stoicism, which is the idea that we should strive to live in accordance with reason and virtue, and to accept whatever happens as part of a natural and purposeful universe. The Stoics believe that by cultivating wisdom, courage, and self-control, we can develop the mental strength and resilience to face adversity and emerge stronger and wiser as a result.
No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
This quote, attributed to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, suggests that we have control over our own emotions and how we react to the actions and words of others. It suggests that other people cannot make us feel inferior or belittled unless we allow them to do so. According to the Stoics, we have the power to choose our own thoughts and reactions, and we are not at the mercy of external events or the actions of others. This means that we can choose to respond to criticism or disrespect with confidence and self-assurance, rather than letting it affect our self-esteem or self-worth. This quote can be seen as a reminder that we are in control of our own emotional well-being and that we have the power to choose how we respond to the actions and words of others. By cultivating self-control and self-awareness, we can learn to respond to challenging situations in a way that preserves our dignity and self-respect, rather than letting others have power over our emotions.